And it is officially 2 p.m. and all is well. Happy Pearl Harbor Day, Rick.
Happy Pearl Harbor Day, Dean.
Travesty that it was so many years ago.
80 years, right? If I'm not mistaken. Something like that. I think it's 80 years.
It's a long time.
Yep.
And I did not fight in that war. So, welcome to the ConversionAMP show. My name is Dean, and I'm joined by my co-host, man with the plan, tremor in this ocean, Rick Vega.
How you doing, everyone?
How are you? How has your time off been? When I say time off, I mean we haven't had the show in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We were set to do it on the week of Thanksgiving, but then it just seemed like everyone was in vacation mode and a lot of people were on vacation. So we decided to go ahead and push it out to this week. And here we are. And this is the last show of 2021. And 2021 has felt like maybe a month long. It's like 2020 started celebrating, and the next day we shut it all down, felt like, and then we never came back from that. And then this year just flew by. Like I still feel like I'm in a fog. Like when is this? When are we going to get back to the normal world? And I've been walking around into stores with no mask on, and now I start seeing everyone wearing masks again and giving me dirty looks. So I feel like I have to put on a mask. So I start wearing masks again, and it just seems like it's starting all over again. So I just decided to stay in my house and never go out again.
Same.
Boom. That's it, man. So we have an awesome show set up for today, and it's around a topic that I would venture to say, if you're not doing it, you're crazy with a capital K, crazy, right? Because it's like low-hanging fruit. And that low-hanging fruit is, drum roll please, I'm gonna have a sound effects machine next year, promise you that. That low-hanging fruit comes in the form of online chat, right? And so online chat is nothing new, by all means. It's been around for a very, very long time. It's been very expensive at times in the past. And let's talk about everything that happens and how it works, right? So online chat is a great tool if you have traffic to your website, right? And if you don't have traffic and you have online chat, you really don't have anything. It's just boom, it all comes back to traffic, right? And conversion. And so when we talk about traffic and conversion, we talk about having a digital live salesperson on your website, just sitting there in the bottom corner, tucked away, pops up. Can I help you? You've all seen them. You come to any type of site. I think even Amazon has it now, where it just pops up asking for help. And some of these chats are bots, where it's just a robot and you just type in. The ones that don't tell you it's a robot are the worst. So I just type in random things and see if it goes into a whirlwind. And if it does, then I know it's a waste of my time. So live chat is only good if there's a live person on the other end, in my opinion. And so if we're sending tons of traffic to your website through PPC, through SEO, through direct traffic, through however you get people to your website, what happens? So a lot of people in the event of plumbing, HVAC and electricians, they're going there looking because they have a problem. No one visits a plumbing, HVAC or electrical site for fun time, right? They're just going there because there's a need. Either the pipes are spitting out water, the toilet's clogged, there's no air conditioning in the house in August, or the ceiling fan dropped from the ceiling during movie night and slaughtered your pet gerbil farm. And that would be horrible. And so that knocked me off my game, man. So people are going to those sites for the simple reason of finding you, right? And sometimes they have questions. Sometimes it might be they're in an emergency situation, and most of them just pick up the telephone. They're looking for the telephone and they call. Some might be in search of maybe a job down the road, maybe adding a new addition onto the home, need an electrician to come in and run some lines, or maybe they went to Home Depot and bought a bunch of cheap ceiling fans and they want someone to put them up, or maybe a tankless water heater. They're starting to look around, and all of a sudden a person comes to the site and then they leave. But if you have a live chat on there, well, you have your little sales guy pop up. How can I help you? Is there anything I can do for you? And it's a great way to close those customers that might leave for whatever reason. Maybe they didn't find what they were looking for. And it's a nice opportunity to say, hey, is there anything I noticed you were searching on our site? Is there anything I'd help you with? And so guess what tool has live chat built into it? Well, you guessed right if you said ConversionAMP. The question I have is, what doesn't ConversionAMP have built into it? Because this whole show that we've been doing for several months now is all based around this power pack tool of everything it can do for you. And it's a pretty powerful thing. We have a great success story we're going to share with you at the end of the show. It's going to blow your mind. So Rick, tell us all the technical abilities of live chat. Go deep into the no, I'm just kidding. Just, give us a good overview of how we can use this with ConversionAMP.
Well, I'm not sure how much more to say it more differently than what you said. Just like you said, when people come to a particular website, they need traffic. And when they are looking for a site, sometimes they're in the phase of what we call the looking information stage, right? So they're looking to see which plumber, which HVAC, which electrician that's in their area is going to be the best fit for them in their situation. 9 times out of 10, when they're in the information phase, they're checking out all these websites and they want to just ask a few simple questions and see how that company responds, see how they treat me as a customer, and so on and so forth. Having that little salesperson, as you mentioned, Dean, in the bottom right-hand corner of any website, we've all seen it, we've all used them from time to time, and that's, again, the chat widget. With the chat widget, more and more people are going to these websites and filling out that chat, and hopefully they're wanting to speak with someone. That's the intent of filling that out. 9 times out of 10, just as you mentioned, Dean, they do have a bot. So it's just an automated response that comes back and says, hey, somebody will reach out to you shortly. That message goes into an inbox of Abyss, and it's followed up with 2 to 3 weeks later. With the power of ConversionAMP, it allows you to have both in one. So what it allows you to do is when somebody fills that out, they do get an automatic message back saying, hey, we are the business, we did receive it. But it also gives you as a business owner the opportunity to receive that message back and communicate with them in a two-way text message environment. So what I'm going to do here today is kind of show you exactly what it looks like, what's customizable, what's not customizable, and kind of walk you through the functionality of exactly how it would work and how you can use it in your everyday business.
Awesome.
Let me get this shared up. Now, Dean, can you confirm for me? Can you see my screen?
I can.
All right, awesome. So one of the first things that we're going to do here is visit the website. So I have the website here. This is a landing page that we created just for this test example here. It just shows the HVAC company, has the form right here, all the good stuff. Now, what you're noticing here is this little chat bubble here. Now, with this chat bubble, a lot of things can be customized. We can change the colors, we can change the images, we can change everything to fit your brand needs. So I don't want you to think it's just a one-off thing. Now, if we were to click this in the corner, as you can see here, we have an icon image that can be changed, and we have a welcome message. All you have to do is click one of these to get started. As you can see, we can put a custom link where we can actually have them leave reviews directly on Google, Facebook, Yelp, whatever platform you want them to leave reviews on. We can actually schedule a reservation. What that means is, again, they can send them directly to a scheduling link. Let's say you have your own internal system, you have House Call Pro, Service Type, anything of that nature. It can be put here directly in here, and that's going to increase booked appointments because, again, they're going to one specific area and you're funneling them down to where they need to go. And the last thing is, again, chat with connect with us. As you can see, they can put in their name, their mobile number, and they can put in a message. Hey, looking for a quote. If I can spell. And then at that point, it's submitted. Now, once it's sending, if you guys can hear, I just got a notification on my cell phone. So what's now happening is this message is going to be sent over directly to them. So let's check out ConversionAMP and let's see exactly what happened in ConversionAMP. So if I come here to the conversations and I come here to all, you're going to see right here, Rick Vega just put a chat. So you're going to see all the information put up here. Now, if I want to, what I can do is, because I'm already a system in here already, it didn't link my phone number, but it also did send this here too. It sent this directly to my phone as well. Hey, as you can see, it is letting you know it's unsuccessful because it's sending to mine. And this is a dummy account. But what you can see is, as you as the business owner, you're seeing, hey, Rick Vega, which is the client name, submitted a web form. Here's what he said. Here's his phone number. Now it's time for you to communicate with him back. Okay. Now, what we also can do here is, if I fire up my phone as well, we can actually see it and view it directly from the mobile app. Now, I want to showcase this because, again, most of you guys are in your trucks going day to day, going from a job to job. When you guys are doing this, you guys need something that's very simple and very easy to do in order to navigate with that. So while I'm pulling this up, start mirroring. 0, 1, 5. Let me see here. Perfect. Now I want to move this over. Dean, just can you confirm me? Can you see the little phone on my screen?
Yep.
All right, awesome. So this is how our mobile app does look like. As you can see right here. Oh, let me make it bigger again. Technical difficulties, guys. Sorry about that.
It's good at that size. We could see it.
As you can see here, it does show the same representation. So if I come here to the little message bubble, what it's going to do, it's going to take me directly to the conversations. And as you can see here, hey, you know, this is Bob's Plumbing right here. So this is the message that ConversionAMP automatically sent to Rick once he booked the appointment. So if we give it a second here and let it load up, what it's going to show you is exactly how to use it via the mobile app. Now, this is very powerful because, again, you can do all of this directly from your phone. So as you can see here, here's Rick. Here's what Rick said, looking for a quote. Hey, Rick, this is Ashley from Bob's Plumbing. Thank you for reaching out via the chat on our site. How can we help you? So at this point, Rick is going to now reply back and simply just say, hey, you know, I'm looking for a quote for an AC stall. Let's say that, right? So if I were to come here and say, I was looking for an AC quote. And now what happens is, if I come back here to ConversionAMP, the message is going to come through here automatically. So if you give it a second, it should populate through real quickly. Sometimes it does take a little bit, so just give it a second. Back to no.
There you go.
Yep, there it goes right there. So unfortunately, my phone is having the issue because my phone won't send it back. Because as you can see, it is sending here, but it's not coming through to my phone, and that's my phone error. So I apologize about that, guys. But nonetheless, where the whole point of this is going is you can directly do it directly from your cell phone. Now, with the power of this two-way communication, what it allows you to do is directly from your cell phone, you're able to communicate with your lead coming in directly from your cell phone. It's able to come in directly to them, and either you can call or text them. But at the sense, you're not talking to a bot. And that's the main point here. When they're filling out that chat bubble, 9 times out of 10, they're knowing that it's going to go into an abyss and going into a bot. For you to text them back in a minute or 2 minutes and say, hey, you know, thank you for filling out the form on our site. How can we help you? They send a follow-up message. And at that point, you're still receiving the notification and able to jump in and say, hey, you know, this is our usual quote for this, this, and this. This is our usual quote for this, this, and this. Which one will fit better for you? Or better yet, how about we get a technician out there we can book a schedule a time for, let's say, Thursday at 3. And again, this allows you to have a warm conversation with these leads that are coming in versus you trying to cold call them saying they don't fill out the form, this, that, and the third, and it just creates confusion. With allowing you to have a smart chat embedded on your website, again, it gives them the sense where they can book a time, they can leave reviews if they want to come back, and nonetheless, they can communicate with you directly. With ConversionAMP, it allows you to do it in a simplistic way for you to be able to just get it on your cell phone, or if you have a CSR next to a computer, it comes through and they're able to communicate with them via two-way text message, and it's simple and easy for your clients to then book appointments with you, speak with them, get the information, and end up booking a call for your technician to come out. And that essentially is the most important thing for any business to have: simplistic, easy lead flow that does convert at a higher rate. Am I right, Dean?
You are correct. Chat. I remember when chat bots became a thing. It was it was real big and popular, and it all sounded really great. And it was a really cool system until someone asked a question that wasn't in your database, and
Yeah.
then it just became an uncomfortable situation with a robot. Yeah, you kept going into this circle and going around and around and around, and it just didn't make any sense. So, and in a situation like that, there's really no chance of closing a deal, as
Yep.
opposed to having a real person. And it doesn't necessarily have to be, when we say you, speaking to the business owner on the line here, it can be anyone in the company. You just need to allocate the traffic to their telephone.
Exactly. And again, this system is so simplistic that we can teach anyone how to use it. The only thing you have to do is either have a window up or at least have it on your app. Again, the first initial contact is taken care of. Right when they fill it out, again, you still don't need to hop in there. You see the notification that someone did reply, but you know in your head as a business owner, great, I have a new lead, but I know the system's going to take care of it for the first initial 2 to 3 responses. And at that point, you're just sitting there monitoring the messages that are coming in. At one point, when you see that, hey, this is outside of scope, or hey, they're asking a complicated question, it's at your point the job to jump in as a business owner, because you know your business better than anyone. I can never teach a computer how to sell my product, because at the end of the day, no one's a better salesperson than me. And you being the business owner in your business, you're the best salesperson that you have on the force. So with you being able to jump in and a live moment's notice and start communicating with the lead, and it be seamless for them on their end, you're going to increase your conversions, increase your overall customer service, and that's going to increase your reviews. At that point, more organically, you're higher up in the search results. But again, you have more referrals coming into the system, and that's going to overwhelm your pipeline, which is always a good thing. Am I right?
Correct. Boom. Very correct.
And that's essentially what we build ConversionAMP for. As Dean said, this is several months going in the process now. And I mean, we can keep going on topics and topics, but again, the main point of why we developed the software is to essentially make your life easier. As a business owner, you don't have time to be in front of a computer day in and day out waiting for messages to come in. You don't have time to be sitting on an app waiting for that to come. That's why with ConversionAMP, we built it to take care of the first 70%. The other 30% at the end of the day is you being the best person that you're at in your business. And that's where you come in and you make it and you solidify the deal at that point.
Yeah, very cool. Rick, now, one thing with chat is after the initial conversation happens, that kind of like, after that, with most chat systems, it ends, right? It's over.
Mhm.
Customer moves on, business owner moves on, or CSR moves on. And that is a very valuable piece of information, a telephone or an email or whatever it may be, sitting somewhere. This is when the power of ConversionAMP takes over again, correct?
Mhm.
Right? Now you can take that contact info, it's in your database. Is there a follow-up sequence that can be put in place to nourish that lead?
Of course. What we found in our data is that in order for a sale to be made, it's typically made at anywhere from the 5th to 12th touch point. That means you have to communicate with one lead anywhere at an average of 5 to 12 times before they're ready to hand over their credit card and become a customer in your business. So if nothing happens in the first initial, again, communication, what happens is they're then placed into a new campaign. And that new campaign basically follows up every 24 hours or so, basically saying, hey, did you see our last message? Hey, do you still need help? Hey, we're still here looking to help you. And that does follow up with them for about a 3 to 5 day process, depending on exactly what you want, or it can go for the next 10 years if that's really when you want to build out something that intricate. But typically what we have is about a 3 to 5 day follow-up period to follow up with that lead, to again nurture them along, to move them down the sales and again become a customer with you. Because
Nice.
again, yeah, because again, at the end of the day, just like you said, the CSR does become busy dispatching, speaking with other new clients, speaking with more warmer leads that are ready to book appointments. And again, you did spend some sort of value, money, some type of kind of again currency to acquire this client, whether you're doing organic traffic, whether you're setting up contact, whether you're doing marketing, no matter what the means is, you pay for that lead in some way, shape, or form. So it's ConversionAMP job and duty to squeeze every little dime of all of your marketing services to increase your ROI. And that's at the end of the day what we shoot for, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's very cool.
Yep. And again, with this being said, all of the lead sources that we're bringing in, again, we've already covered how to do GMB posting, how to do reviews. We've already covered how to do forms. Now we're covering chat. All of these are different sources that people come in, and no matter which way they come into the system, ConversionAMP puts them into the system, categorizes them correctly, and then follows up with them appropriately based on which way they communicated with the system. And again, it covers the first 70%. I'll say this once and I'll say it again. First 70% is ConversionAMP all day. The other 30% is you and your team coming in and making those hard sales and transitioning them into the buying stage.
Yeah, no doubt. Like ConversionAMP does enough automation to make it work. The problem with automation is people think, oh, I'm going to set up automation, it's going to do everything, and it's just going to be set and forget it. And unfortunately, you need human interaction somewhere, right? You need when after that chat goes through and the CSR communicates with the customer, and then the two part their ways, that lead would normally drop off like we just discussed, but then you have this just enough automation to take that lead and do other things with it, and and keep nurturing it throughout, if they become a customer or not. It's in your database, and maybe they don't use you this time, but if you're keeping potential leads in the loop through a drip sequence, or dropping them into like a monthly neighborhood email newsletter that goes out, those are good opportunities to get your name in front of and keep your name in front of customers and potential customers. Now, with that said, speaking of which, we have a really nice success story that we want to share with you that Rick just got finished doing. And it's pretty powerful stuff. It's taking a stagnant database of customers. So what happens is, and this is notorious in any small business, right? You have a database of customers. You may have them in your company's database system, or they might be in an email marketing system, wherever this data sits. It might even, worst case scenario, be handwritten in little black books up in the closet, or even in an Excel spreadsheet. You've collected this data over the years, but if you're not doing anything with it, it's useless data. So if you have a customer list, which most everyone does, it's time to inject it with a little boom, right? And that's exactly what you did with something ConversionAMP does called database reactivation. Why don't you talk a little bit about database reactivation, and then jump into that success story, of course, without mentioning customer names.
No, definitely. This is actually a topic we covered in one of the first couple of weeks. I believe it was episode 3 or 4. So if you guys want to check out our plumbing and HVAC SEO channel, and just go to the simple playlist, listen to ConversionAMP show, you'll be able to rewatch that show, and I'll dive in more in depth and actually show you step-by-step process and how to build that and how it works. But essentially what we did was we were speaking to one of our clients. They were a little slow again, hitting into the winter months. And what we did was we offered them a database reactivation via ConversionAMP, just like we would do with any one of our clients. In doing so, we picked up a list of about, I want to say about 13,000 people. And with that list, what we did was we created an offer, and in that offer, we sent it out to that list. We sent it out in increments about 90 to 100 per day. over the course of about, I think, 2 weeks now so far. And we're halfway through that, the initial list. Long story short, as of now, 2 weeks in, this particular client has booked an additional 9 appointments. From those 9 appointments, they acquired just under $20,000 in revenue without any additional ad spend.
Nice. Only halfway through. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yep.
That's beautiful. And what's really nice about that is that's just the first send, right? Now you put this into a sequence and you keep sending to it, and some will opt out, and that's fine. Don't feel bad if someone opts out of your list. The worst thing to happen is people, oh, I don't want to, a lot of people say, I don't want to mail to my list because I'm just going to piss them off and they're going to opt out. Well, if they're going to opt out, they're going to opt out. Those 9 that booked appointments resulted in, how much was it?
Just under 20,000. I think it was 19,864 to be exact.
In a slow, when they were moving into their slow month. So an additional $20,000 in revenue out of 9 clients. And now as you keep sending to that database over the next few months, you'll start to see it start to really nurture it, maybe, and you will get some more business out of it. And that's not even counting the next 50% that are going to send out. That's an awesome story. $20,000 in revenue just on an email send to clients, to customers who already used you once before, or a number of times before. So nurturing your database, keeping it clean. Everyone has a database. It's just a matter of starting to send to it. I mean, if someone experienced a good service with you, they're going to use you again and again and again, because it's, as we all know, it's hard to find good home service companies.
Yep.
So why not keep sending to them? They're not going to remember you off the top of their head. Not all of them, at least. So don't ever think that because you did good service, or you have, 1212 get a great plumber, some vanity phone number, that they're going to remember it off the top of their head. It just isn't going to happen. Those days are long behind us. No one keeps that stuff in their memory anymore. It's all on a phone or in an email or a text. So let's start nurturing those databases, especially coming into 2022, right? Then now is the perfect time. And most companies are starting to think about what they're going to be doing for their marketing in the new year. They're starting to think about that now. And so what you should start doing is, over the next few weeks, going through your customers' databases, get them over to us so we can get them into ConversionAMP for you and start blasting them out. And the beginning of the year is the best time to start blowing out some of them specials, right? It's like, now that the holidays are over, it's Christmas in January. How about a new home inspection for your HVAC system?
Yep. And again, to even going more granular with this, everyone has different databases, right? So there's the people who reached out to your business but never made an actual commitment, meaning you never went out and serviced them. Then there's the people that you serviced one time and haven't heard back from them in a year or 2 years. Then most people do have the membership where, hey, they come and they sign an agreement and they're in a maintenance program, and every 6 months they receive this particular offer, this particular tune-up, cleaning, whatever the case might be. But what happens to a lot of us is, I'm going to hit you guys with a fun fact. In the late 80s, early 90s, the average human attention span was about 20 minutes. Now, 2010 and after, especially going into 2022, our attention span is about 5 to 7 seconds. That is a
My
huge
attention span in the 80s was about 4 seconds as well. So,
but again, just listening to that particular number, in not even 20 to 30 years later, our attention span has dropped significantly. So if you're not consistently popping up top of mind, again, you're the person to go to. You're giving them these newsletters. You're sending them these follow-up text messages, these follow-up emails. Even if they do not convert with you, they have brothers, they have sisters, they have moms, they have cousins who all experience the same things that we're trying to get. Everyone has an HVAC problem. Everyone needs a new install. Everyone needs a new repair. Everyone has their drains getting clogged up. Everyone has hair down the drain, and so on and so forth. Everyone needs these particular services. But again, who's the person to go to? If you create that sense of authority in your atmosphere, in your immediate area, and in your service areas, you're going to be the number one person to be. And the only way to do that is to consistently do that. But again, no one has the time or effort to sit there and do that. And that's why we created ConversionAMP. So again, automate the first part of it so you can come in at the end of it. And when you have a hot prospect in front of you, at that point, that's when you step in and you start creating your efforts. And that's when you're able to seal the deal.
Exactly. New Year's resolution number 1, start using ConversionAMP. So we're going to name every show from now on moving forward, and we're going to name it based on the best way to name a podcast or a video cast is to take something that was said during the podcast, and that would be the name of the show. And I just got the name of this show. This is episode, what episode is this?
10.
This is episode 10. Everyone has hair in their drain. It's perfect. Anything you want to add, Rick, before we close out this amazing year with our brand new show? It's raw. Listen, this show is raw. If you're a lover of dry humor, you have come to the right place. I mean, this is dry humor at its best with technical details and business tips. You can't get that anywhere else, right?
Definitely can't.
No one else is doing that. This is something special. So if you've been experiencing our show, congrats to you, man. We're going to get you a little t-shirt. It says, every drain has hair in it. Rick, what are you doing this holiday season?
Staying at home with the family.
There you go. Good thinking. Well, we had a great 10 episodes, and we have plans for a great year in 2022 to bring the show and take it to the next level. And we appreciate if you've joined us live, if you're watching us in the archives or listening to us in the archives, we appreciate that as well. If you're already using ConversionAMP and you know the power of it, congrats to you. If you have been dipping your toe in the pool and thinking about it, what are you waiting for? You could have closed $20,000 worth of sales on a database reactivation right before Christmas. That would have been gold. Right. And so that's it for today, man. Great show. Loved every second of it. And in season 2, this is the end of season 1. In season 2, I am going to be the serious person, and Rick will be bringing on the dry humor. And we're going to change it up a little bit. So I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you have a fantastic holiday season to everyone out there, and a great new year. And let's close out 2021 to be fantastic. Rick still got time to do database reactivation. Okay?
Yeah, we still got time.
Boom. All right, Rick, anything you want to say in closing?
No, I mean, you pretty much covered it. Like you just said, happy holidays. Hope everyone stays safe in this crazy world out there. And we'll see you all next year, 2022.
Boom goes the dynamite.
All right, everyone. Catch you
Peace
next
out.
year.